here's another version that I kind of came up with, um, where we're focusing on this one. We get rid of the Niv Magus option, but I'm not going and breaching people. So that's the important part of this one. So in this build, I've completely chucked all of the breaches and the Niv Maguses. As far as like room goes, in order to maximize the number of Venerated Rotpriests we have, as well as like we have the Skite engine for running Eladamri's Call, which is green and white to search our library for any creature, put it into our hand. I've also upped the land count here by 1 to 15, and also you'll notice that we're even though we're basically a red-green deck, we're very base green in the sense that I also have Utopia Sprawl. So I have 3 Utopia Sprawl, 4 Strike It Rich to be able to have like 3 mana on 2 pretty well. Also Abundant Harvest here, so we're a little bit slower. And again, the reason I'm focusing on Eladamri's Call over, for instance, March, that a lot of people like, is March has the precondition of cost 3 mana, is a sorcery, and also you have to have the Rotpriest on the board, so you've put it in its most vulnerable position. So I'm just trying to avoid that. You'll also notice that I don't have any sort of real tutor package with the Eladamri's Call, like 1 Niv Magus in it or something, to get in fail cases. I'm not trying to maximize on that yet. Just trying to even see if this can perform as its big thing. So then sideboard, very similar to stuff from before. Again, I'm just on the Nature's Claims for answers. A couple some Veil Summers, Lava Darts, Slaughter Pacts to handle creatures, while also being like non-anti-synergistic with the combo if we just go. And then 3 Silence. These are kind of our counter spells, in essence, since we aren't running Pact of Negation. And we can be a little bit more offensive with it as well. So wanted to really try this. Hollow Flesh and Blood. I haven't looked into the game since I'm not traveling at the moment. I'm not able to, so not it doesn't do digital, so I can't play. Like I'm not in no way saying anything bad, but yeah, I've only heard good things about the game though. So anyway, so that's kind of the gist here with how this is going. We have the 1 Gather Courage, still kind of same basic shell. I have shaved a Spellskite, even though Spellskite's so good, just because we're running the 3 Eladamri's Call. I have 1 Temple Garden, kind of help with it. Even though we do have Treasure and Utopia Sprawl to make white, don't want to have to commit to those, since on our go-off turns, it's really, really tight with stuff. And then we have the 4 Morphos here, just kind of generate up Storm count. But without further ado, let us get into the league. I'll keep. This hand's kind of cool. I could Abundant Harvest on 1, but I'm actually just going to Utopia Sprawl. Since then we could game, name red. Turn 2, we can do stuff. With possibly Abundant Harvest. See what you're doing, opponent. See what they're doing. Since it's more team it. Our hand, yeah, next turn will Abundant. Ooh, are you hammer? R. Okay. If we draw a land, that'd be sweet. Land. Close. I guess I just let them draw a card, right? Yeah, I'll just let them draw a card. And Grapeshot that, I think. So the alternative here is to Strike It Rich or cancel. Actually, no, I'm going to Abundant Harvest. I won't pay for it. Non-land. Strike It Rich. There you go. Because we're just right now waiting to draw any of our whatchamacallits. Rotpriests. Alright, you have Stoneforge. Well, that's not living. you dead? Are you dead? Negative. What did they grab? Colossus Hammer. Hmm. That was a really good draw. I have the ability to go Pact. We're one short, right? Because I can Pact, grab Venerated. That's Storm 2. Storm 3 is Mutagenic. Storm 4 is Mutagenic. Storm 5 is Gutshot. Storm 6 is Ground Rift. That's 9 total. Since that's only 9 total, I think I have to do it this way. Yeah. Because I get 1 from each of these targeting the thing. Yeah, I needed just 1 more spell to cast. Like if this was a another pack, that'd be insane. I'll let you draw a card. No, I won't pay anything to prevent it. Kill it. This way they can't hammer me next turn. So I lost 1 spell. If we draw in something good, we might be able to just still win. They are dead to a Ground Rift or a Pact or a whatchamacallit. Yeah, Ground Rift, Pact, or Rotpriest. Well, we're dead. Right. So I guess if I wouldn't have gone for it last turn, I was just afraid of dying. Because if they hit us once with the hammer, like it's kind of enough to turn off a lot of our spells. That's why I was a bit more paranoid there. So here I could cast that. That'd be Storm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, we're done. Win a game? I'm confused. That is kind of the objective of usually what we try to do here. All right. Don't mind the Lava Darts. Gather Courage can go. I think I'll shave a Spellskite. We are in the play, so I will keep in all the calls. We're on 15 land, so I'm gonna cut out all the Abundant Harvests. So submit deck. Since we do have a 15 land in this, and we just have the Utopia Sprawl engine. Last league, we went 3-2 in the last one. Mulligan. This is much more keepable. I do like this hand. So, question is what we put back, which is really interesting. I will keep. I need to put a card back. Huh. I think I'm going to put back Nature's Claim. Seems weird because Nature's Claim's so good, but I have maximum spells for when I Venerated. I could turn 1 Venerated there, but I expect them to play a blocker of some kind or to be able to remove it. So this way they're incentivized to cast something. If they do nothing on turn 1, then I just get to kind of keep sitting here doing nothing. But yeah, turn 1 Venerated because I could get up to 9. Storm, okay. Ringlet Drum is fine. All right. It's a good card. So what do I want to do? I ship turn, I can Eladamri's Call on their end step, go grab a second Rotpriest, go strike it rich. I draw something. Or if I cast Rotpriest, that could be good. I think I just ship it. I'm holding Rotpriest because I want to use it for Storm Count that turn. That's like, you know, I know they don't really have much removal, so it's like by playing it is not like innately bad. Oh, okay, you cast Lavinia. I don't care. Yes, I would like to pay 2 life. Oop, undo. Eladamri's Call. Should have done that. DOT. That was small punt. All right, your turn, opponent. That's fine. They have 6 anyway. All right. Spellskite. Your turn. That was real good. Are we dead? Please don't be dead. All right, hammer is fine. All right, activate Nexus. Oh no, that. Oh, okay. Sure. Okay. Wait, I'm blocking. We have a chance. All right, good card. Good card. Opponent's dead. Nice Lavinia. Attacker red. Striker rich. Green. Rotpriest. Green. Rotpriest. Ground Rift. Dead you? Hmm. So yeah, so this is the combo in action. So here we had a double up, double Rotpriest. Being able to EOT that Eladamri's Call was sick. All right. Yeah, this was cool. Okay. Don't want Slaughter Pact. I'm still pretty happy with. Yeah, we got like we just had to hit a spell there that we could cast. Even a zeros, like for instance, there if I would have had to like Mutagenic or got shot, wasn't a problem, even though it gets countered because we just needed something to cast to get higher storm. I will submit. The way it would just happen, pause. Yeah, like they probably felt safe with that Lavinia, which I don't blame. Keep, and that's like, you know, a good board in. Keep this. It does not stop any of our combo though. Just kind of a heads up. Because everything's on cast triggers. So in other words, as long as we get to put the cards on the stack, we don't really care if they get countered. Okay. Sure. Sure. You have 2 cards in hand. Yeah, I'll fetch shock. Rotpriest, your turn. So I'm gonna cast there. I want to see what they do. Yeah, summoners. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it doesn't really do much against a lot of our stuff that we need to target with. Yeah, good point though. Oh, Malira. Oh no. All right, that's fine. Cool. You don't have the hammer. I accept. Let me double check our list for because we run just the basic forest. Cool. This fetches that. Hmm. Interesting. What do I want to do here is a good question in my head. They have 1 card in hand. Is it Spell Pierce? Part of my Spidey senses say it's Spell Pierce. They have 1 mana open. Yeah, we're doing it this way. Spellskite. Like, we've drawn 4 lands here, and we actually still have some game. Oh, Lavinia? Okay, don't care. No attacks. They have no cards in hand. So, Eladamri's Call. I do like that. I don't know what to do. If I... Do I get another Venerated Rotpriest here? Part of me wants to do that on their end step. If I EOT, grab Venerated Rotpriest, then on my turn I'm able to cast it and Grapeshot. That's only 4. Or wait a sec. If I grab it on their end step, then I have Venerated Rotpriest, so then I could, on my turn, cast Rotpriest, cast Nature's Claim, cast Grapeshot, do all the stuff, except your turn, opponent. They have no cards in hand. I think I can end you. What you got? Draw a card. This is interesting. It's so Infect became Hammer as far as like the role in the metagame. And now are we taking it back? Are we just getting Infect back to us? We're returning it to its home? Yeah, but yeah, they have 1 card in hand and knows how to split. Do you always want to continue to mention that for anyone just tuning in, all that good stuff? Oop, Seachrome Coast. They have no cards in hand. Alright, you have no cards. I will cast Eladamri's Call. I will pay a mana. Yes. Okay. Give me Venerated Rotpriest. Untap. Draw. Morphos? No. Okay. Because I believe they're dead, right? Because if I cast Venerated, cast Nature's Claim, target something they control, then I can Grapeshot, but that's only for 3. That's 6. Okay. Oh wait, because I can because yeah, if I Nature's Claim their thing, if I Venerated Rotpriest, Nature's Claim their thing, or do I want to wait 1 more turn? Because I have a built-in I have built-in extra stuff for the Nature's Claim. Huh? Because I give them the draw anyway off the top of their deck. Because this turn I can kill them if I go Venerated Rotpriest, Nature's Claim their thing, because I have to let them draw, and then Grapeshot. So I'll be at 11. If Grapeshot will be for 3, I can target my Venerated 3 times. That's 6 counters, and then if I Spellskite multiple, it's lethal. The question: do I just let them have the top card of their deck? Yeah, I think I just let them have the top card of their deck, because if it's a problem anyway, they'll draw it next turn, and it's still an issue. Yeah, this is fine. Great. Control. Gutshot, or great. Yep, here. Target. Boop. Always yield to this one. That's fine. Yeah. Same target. Here. Then actually canceled. I guess let that resolve. Change. Okay. And we got him. We have lethal through a spell pierce. Yeah, we do have lethal through spell pierce. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, March. March was what I was afraid of. Yeah, the white March. We'll keep this. This hand is great. Take it, Rich. Your turn, opponent. Do we win through it? Oh wait, so if we hit that, if they march, well, they get to march before we get to cast Grapeshot if they do it right. Because they can, because Nature's Claim was still on the stack and Grapeshot being a sorcery. But yeah, if we put Grapeshot on the stack, whole different world. I see. We're up against whatchamacallit. I'm assuming Fair Breach or Combo Breach, one of the two. Can I kill you? Can I kill you? The answer, I believe, is no. Because, yeah, in order to kill the opponent, we would have to, if we had a second Cantor in the deck, it would be from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Not enough. Well, kill that. Say go. They still have to tap low, so one of their turns. I just don't want the Ragavan to be able to start accelerating them doing stuff. That was the big one. Oh, if it was Ground Rift, yeah, that was super lethal on Ground Rift. All right, Utopia Sprawl. Do I want green or red? We have no. I'll just grab green, actually. Your turn, opponent. So we might have a couple turns here. I'm going to flashback Strike It Rich next turn. It's a shame these Summoners packs can't get us Spellskite. That'd be sweet. Yeah. So now you'll notice kind of like what's cool is with this Utopia Sprawl and like Strike It Rich engine. Like, draw one of each, it's kind of nice together. It'll do a little bit more. Okay. You can shred the ledgers. Okay. Good card. Ground Rift. Ask and you shall receive. How do I want to kill you? Let's see. Okay. I know how I want to kill you. Pact. So, going to be pacting here for Venerated Rotpriest. So, important thing I think I want to do is pact for a third Rotpriest here. Reason being is if they fetch here, so if they fetch Shock and they have an Unholy Heat and they're able to get Delirium, I'm not able to protect a Rotpriest, so I don't want to just straight up the storm count with this because they can then respond. So I want to get a bit more insurance. So we're going to triple Rotpriest from 2. You can loot, I don't care. Also here, if they pierce this, like, they die. So if they tap out, like, I'm always okay with that. Ooh, Mentor, yeah. Do you have anything? Do not. Rotpriest? Priest? Priest? Yeah. 24 count. Yeah, since we'll have. Yep. Alright, that's fine. You want to kill one of them? Oh no! Is it? Which one's this targeting? That one? No. They're tapping out. That's why I didn't wait for the surveil. Yeah. This one? London has conceded the game. But we could give you 28. Or what? So 3 times 8? 24. 28 poison, yeah. Not bad. I will take it. Cool. Game 2. What card do I want? I don't know if I want Veil. I actually think I'll board in the Silence. I'll take out Abundant Harvest. I'll actually shave the Gather Courage as well. It's great. I like the Spellskites. The Silence is over the Veils here. Actually, do I want Abundant Harvest over Veil, or do I want Veil? Because they're gonna have like 4 Spell Pierce. I'm never gonna like really have time to hold it up. No, I think this is better. Might be better to have the 2 Lava Darts over the 2 Harvest though, just to kill their initial stuff. Yeah. Ooh, hello. Keep. Sam's fine. Okay. Sure. London Harvest for land. I'm gonna gut shot this now just to get it off the board. While they're tapped out. I'm opening myself up to Ragavan, which sucks, but that'll be it. Them having a Spell Pierce is pretty likely to me, and then we just get got. I don't want them to, like, well, being able to maybe get Delirium. Oh, nope. I'm down. Alright, I'm at 12. Spellskite, your turn. I don't think they'll have a counter spell for it. And since they don't have Delirium yet, I don't think they'll be able to kill it with a Unholy Heat until their turn. Alright. That's fine. Tap out. Are we going to play a Teferi? Oh, okay. That I don't care about. Harvest? Spell Pierce? Play that, say go. I'm able to fetch a forest if I want to. Don't have to. They don't do much. I'm able to just kind of not care. Alright. I will fetch on their instep. Not going to do anything. Alright. Return opponent. Go for it. You can blow up my Spellskite. That's fine. So we get to actually play a weird controlling game here. Like, I'm very surprised we're being able to just do all this. Alright. Will we heed the call? Alright, Rotpriest. Oh, Manamorphose. Not bad, not bad. I am at 9. Their graveyard's pretty mopey. I don't trust it, though. This card. You want to counter it? That's... Oh, Flusterstorm? Oh, okay. Not going to pay. Go ahead, opponent. We might be dead. What are you going to do? Alright, maybe not dead. Sure. You have it? You have the combo to kill me. You're at 6. Ooh, they don't have it. Alright, I'm down. Alrighty. The sound of silence. What do you want to do about it? Spell Pierce? Let's see. You have another one? Alright, green red. No. Rotpriest? Rotpriest? This might have been bad. Yeah, maybe shouldn't have gone for it, but not sure. Okay. No, I will, target. Wait, you have 2. Yeah. Yeah, we can't be 2 removal spells. We got it? Oh, literal never. Alright. Alright. I didn't pack for anything, right? Unfortunate. Yeah, now we're on basically empty, so... They have 1 card in hand, so that's helpful, but if it's a breach, we're just dead. If it's breach, I'll just scoop, probably. But yeah, they had to have the correct interaction for us, unfortunately. Why is our opponent... They have breach. It's very clear, I think. That's why they didn't tap mana. You have something you want to play it. I have 1 card in my hand. They're probably playing around if I have breach in my hand, which is very reasonable. Yeah. If I cast Underworld Breach, I just can win the game, maybe? Yeah, I win the game if I have Underworld Breach in hand. They're saying they can't cast their spell. What are they trying to cast? I have no idea what they're like. They mentioned in chat that they couldn't cast their spell. I'm just confused. Like, I want to ask. Like, at the same time, I don't know what would be the complication here. Moto's okay. Yeah, Moto will not let me play a land this turn. I think Moto's... Yeah, so them not being able to cast a spell, like, I fully believe them. Yeah. I guess we're filing for compensation. I guess I broke Moto. Sorry. Yeah, I guess we file for comp. Yeah. Good call. Good call, opponent. Taking a quick screenshot as well to be able to submit for reimbursement. Like, what is going on? I won game one, right? Because yeah, that works for me. Yeah, we're up again. Sounds good to me. Yeah, I'll concede to them. Like we're in terrible shape anyway. Yeah. Yeah. Like they had, I mean, like with like how we drew out. So and again, like with all this, we're both just sitting here. Like I'd deck out anyhow if we're both frozen. So not trying to say I'm trying to game it, but yeah, it's like just to illustrate the gameplay. Yeah, weird. So we froze Moto. Cool. So far, this set release has been one heck of a circus for the past like 5 days. We broke the client. Oh, sweet. I'm down. Yeah. I mean, this is sweet. I hope this is all good content too. I enjoy this. Yeah, that was cool. Abundant harvest. I'm actually gonna let me see if I want the lava darts. Try the lava darts because they're a Ragavan deck. This gives it early and like the double storm on them. All right. Hopefully we get to play Magic this game. Like both of us. like legitimately just play. I'm not trying to make a witty comment about anything. Just will the game let us use our magical cards? I'll keep doing all the stuff. This is sweet. This has been a real fun day. Just like no, this deck too good. Yep. It's working for me so far. I'm gonna play a turn one Rotpriest to go. So the reason I did that is likelihood of them being able to kill it low. Because we have Bolt. They won't have an Unholy Heat with Delirium. Or do they just have the... Oh, okay, no. Whew. I was like, please don't ending my creature. Like, I know they run some of those, but calculated risk there. Since I don't really have a good silence turn yet. Cool. Let's see. What can we draw? We can theoretically win. You're gonna see my draw step? Or not? Okay. Huh. This is kind of interesting. So, what do I want to get? So, what's the highest likelihood? So, I'm gonna Morphose this turn. The question is, what mana do I want to make? Because I'm making one of them's gonna be red for the Lava Dart, and then do I make another red or a green? So, if I make a green, that turns off Ground Rift, but it turns on casting another priest this turn or pact. Priest or pact. If I draw pact, then I cast priest. Then I have 2, 4. Like I only have 4 spells. So I actually want to make a red. Because if I get a red, then I can kill them with Ground Rift. Like Priestess, because I don't want a Summoner's Pact, because I lose next turn. So yeah, I will red. You got it. That's fine. I'm gonna dart your creature. Darting their creature there, I think, is fine. Yep. All right, your turn, opponent, or attack you. Because it's the same if I would have targeted my Venerated Rotpriest. I just have to hope they only have like a bolt. Do we start with the attack? That could have been a thing too. Yeah. Keep track of. Who's this? Oh, ending? Sure. All right. Got my creature. I'm fine with that. Oh, hello, Will. Mm-hmm. Has decided to awaken. No! One card deeper. Because, yeah, we would have been able to have Storm 1 Morphos, Storm 2 and 3 Lava Dart, Storm 4 Mutagenic, Storm 5 Gutshot, 6, 7, 8. Nah, it would have only been 9. Never mind. Alright, your turn, opponent. We have Silence, so I'm not really worried about much. So we have the ability to just win the game. We're also insulated versus, like, shenanigans. Alright, cast your... Oh, no consider? Okay. This is fine. Good Temple Garden, no. Card. Do we go for it? I don't know. Because if I go... Because they're dead if I do something. I think I just pass turn. I can't beat removal spell. I think that they have a counter spell plus interaction. So I need a bit more pump on the Rod Priest, I think. Alright, that's fine. Magavan? Sure. Okay. Hmm. I'll actually just strike it rich. Okay. You have 3 cards. I'm just gonna chill for a minute. They have 4. Yeah, like right now I'm just trying to play around Unholy Heat and plus counter magic. I'm gonna pay 2 life. This way, if they have Spell Pierce, I don't have to use a treasure. They want to do some shenanigans, and like if they want to use up counter magic, that's fine. That was also not mission critical. What was this? Oh, okay, Jagantha. You got it. All right. Untap. Silence. Bolster Storm. Okay. I'm not gonna pay for that. I needed 1 more mana. I should have flashback Strike and Rage. I don't know what I was thinking. Because, yeah, that would have been perfect. Because then I'd be able to pay for it, win the game, possibly. Because, yeah, here it's now... Yeah, all right. I'll commit. Don't have the 1 card I want you to not have. So, yeah, I guess. Lava Dart, target you. I should cancel. Yeah, I guess just Ground Rift. Yeah, Bolt. Lava Dart enables Bolt. Lava Dart only enables Bolt if I target my Rotpriest. Okay. Sure. Ugh. My gut was telling me, like, yeah, so my starting on silence this turn, like, I just compounded my mistake. So I played like a trash can. But, yeah, there's no real good way around this. Yeah, I should have just flashback Strike and Rich ship the turn. Yeah, sorry, everyone. I just yeeted this match into the sun, I think. To bait? I mean, there's no point in baiting. Like, if they have the, like, there's no, like, decision on their end. They bolt or they, um, oh, is it doing the same thing? Oh, it's doing the same thing to them. Yeah, but yeah, what I should have done last turn is, yeah, if I would have flashback Striker Rich, just wait another turn. Yep. Silence, I think, is broken on the client. Yeah, yep. Yeah. I guess I'll have to ask a lot of the Epic Storm people if Silence has been screwing up their turns as well. Alright, F6. Yeah. Oh, they would have catch Gigantha? Ah. Yeah. What do we have? Yay. This is like, yeah. We would be able to win at this point. Do I want to concede? What's our record in this league? Where's this only our second match? Sure. I'll just scoop it in then. Wait, what happened? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, silence is for some reason bugged to where like everything's doing this. Like, sure, I'll concede to the opponent. Like, whatever. Like, I mean, I'm not here to argue about who was in a winning position. Like, I think we were in fine shape, but don't want to waste all of your time. They were being really polite. This hand's sweet. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of like its general purpose. I don't know about like kind of the nuance with it. Like maybe certain blues are not like matchups are not, but in general, that's kind of how it rolls. Yep, no problem. Yeah, glad to help. Wow. So drawing 2 lands in a row there was pretty awful. We needed something good. I was going to do more, but then I was like, well, turn 2 Eidolon, I don't think there's a way around it anyway, and I don't want to like expose the Rotpriest, even though we would be able to beat a Bolt. I don't really know what the Summoner's Packs are going to do yet. I kind of want to put out the Spellskite, and also not having to fetch Shock is kind of cool. All right. That's pretty cool. I'll take it. Forest. Spellskite. Your turn, opponent. I'm going to make them have to kill this thing. Oh, yeah. The silence bug? Yeah, it's good to know. Like, hopefully it won't affect too much more. All right, you want to attack? Or are you going to do something crazy? Oh, Kadathra. Okay, never mind. Feels very bad for me. Very bad for me. You have the perfects? Always. So let's see. How can I win? Since we don't really have much that we get to do. Yeah. If I would have a basic mountain in my deck, I think we just win the game. But or another basic forest, because then we could triple Rotpriest, because then I'd go to 5. Triple Rotpriest, because I get 2 on Summoner's Pact, and then pay 2 life for the Gut Shot. Pay 2 life for Courage? No, I'd be 1 short. Alright, yep, we're dead. Yeah. Was not counting on all of that. So if I was counting on them just randomly killing me out of nowhere on turn 3, virtually like this, I would have played the Rotpriest last turn, which would have been way better, since then I'd have 1 in play. And then I wouldn't necessarily need the Foothills. Like, we'd still probably die. Yeah. We go to 3. I can pay 2 off this. Yeah. Can't win. Cool. All right. I know I don't have to pay life for Gather Courage. Gut Shot I gotta pay life for. So we'll see what we can do for next few games. Lava Dart here going to do a lot of work. Do I not need? Mutagenic and also Gather Courage are good. Gut Shots are also nice because they have those so many low to the ground creatures. So I'll just shape 2 Abundance. Submit. Call it a day. Yeah, since we and also in order to get the 3rd mana, we had to fetch Shock. That was the big deal. So we were at 3. We only get 1 pay 2 life kind of deal. I will keep here, get to fetch Shock. But I believe, so let's Abundant Harvest, non-land. Or I meant to click land. Whoops. Ugh. I am trying to do too much at once. God. My mind was sidetracked with interacting with chat. Unfortunate. Sorry, everyone. Alright. Yep, now we're basically dead, I think. Yeah, then I would have been able to... That's sweet. Oh well. Wanted this match into the sun. Yeah, Striker Rich here is trying to bail us out, but we still need to hit a land next turn, I believe. Or else I'm probably just snap dead. Okay. Land, please. Sweet. All right, we're not dead. They discarded a Bushwhacker. Kind of scary. I'll just pay 2 life here as they go. I am at 12. I do have Lava Darts, just in case. We have a way to recover. That was sweet. Sure. I take 4. Since they have to target, so it does fizzle the whole spell, which is very nice. Alright, so I'm at 8. Is there a way to do this right? Well, let's see. Yeah, I think I EOT Eladamri's call. Yeah, EOT Eladamri's call. Grab Rotpriest. I need the life. Alright. Here we go. I think they're dead. Yes, Wilt. We are about to win the game. Green, red. Green, red. Okay. That's cool. So then I have Strike and Rich here, which is free. Then we are at 8. Yeah, the only thing we need to do is just play land. We have red. We didn't even, yeah, we don't even need to pay life for this since we can go Venerated Rotpriest, Storm 4, Mutagenic, Storm 5. You have 1 counter. Storm 6. Lava Dart, target my creature. But it does have 4 toughness, so don't worry, I'm not just herp derping. I could technically target them if I needed to with that as well. Even if I didn't have the plus, it happened to have also been like something else. Because the Ground Rift is for 8. That was sweet. Yeah, we got to ride that Manamorphose train. Like, 1 Manamorphose turned into 3 spells. Could always be anything, even a boat. Oh, yeah. Alright, we got there. Then I brought in 2 Nature's Claims to kind of create more situations, because they do have like a fair amount of artifacts, so being able to randomly maybe gain a turn or something could be relevant. I don't mind this hand. Like, we're on the draw, we have the Morphos, like, we're set up to win if we can do that, and we have board control. So, I don't even know, but, well, let's see. What do they play on 1? That is a card. Sure. Do I just take 1 here? Yeah, I'll just take 1. Not gonna gut shot it. It's not really worth, like, the 1 life I don't, like, it might come up mattering later, but ooh, that's cool. That was a good draw. Just gonna shock it in, I guess. Your turn, opponent. Again, gonna hold up Lava Dart, just in case they do the thing again. You're giving a force gun? I know, yeah. Just poisoning my brain with all these actions, yeah. Just so toxic. Ooh, do you not have a second land? Okay, you do. Maybe, yeah, okay. Let's see. Okay, they will attack. Alright, those triggers are fine. That's what I'm drawing. Drawing Venerated Rotpriest. Alright, drawing Rotpriest means I'm gonna Lava Dart this. And even if I didn't think it was like necessary, it's better to Lava Dart, because then this is a free storm next turn. Because they're dead. You're dead, right, opponent? Oh, you big dead. Because I also, like, I played that turn 1 because I can fetch a forest with this, which I clearly didn't want to do. We drew the best card in our deck. Summoner's Pact would also have been an adequate draw as well. And we had Rebuy. Green red. Rotpriest. Mutagenic. Mutagenic. Hit my creature. Hit my creature. Hit my creature. My creature is not blocking this turn. You now have. You will have 13 counters. All right. Extra storm. Yeah, I guess it's fair. Yeah. All right, I will keep this. We have 3 lands, which is a medium, but I think we have a decent turn 3 here. Kind of. Huh. Return opponent. I'm just going to play that tapped. So this way I can still fetch the basic, paying the least amount of life. Oh, okay, you're something else. What are you? Are we playing a Ren? Okay. Yeah, I guess if I played Rotpriest on 1, we got to attack, then maybe it would matter next turn. If we draw Ground Rift, they die. Right? Because it's storm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nope, we're 1 short. That's a card. Return opponent. This one's Swamp Forest Island, yeah. What am I? Yeah, because I could pact there for Rotpriest number 2. I can only do 6 poison, so not gonna bother. Green Adventures? I'm not sure. Actually, that's a good question. I haven't looked into that. I didn't think there was any. Yeah, like, are there any like green creatures? Yeah, that maybe even have an adventure. That cost like 1 green. That would help us. That's a good point. Excellent idea. Yeah, I hadn't thought on that avenue. So no, like in my head, there's only 2 that come to mind. That one that makes a food for a green, and the other that, and the Lovestruck Beast that makes a 1/1. But yeah, anyone doing the Scryfont? What is this? I am confused. I am so confused. What are we up against? They have Urza Saga. This one's blue, so it's not Jund. Oh, the one that makes a mana? Okay. Yeah. Ooh, what do they do? Put Jagantha in their hand. Okay. Discard fetch land. Are we up against? Gosh, I'm trying to think. Oh, one is 2 mana. No. Ooh, okay. I drew that. So 2, 4. All right. Here we go. Yeah. So if I go here, make green green. Yeah, green's fine. All right, perfect. So I wanted to keep the Rotpriests in my deck before Summoner's Pacting. Since I don't have it, so I don't want to like oops on myself, and then see if I drew anything. Another one. Cool. Rotpriest. 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 Mutagenic. Mutagenic. Yeah, this was a good draw. Mutagenic. Are you dead? This is turn 3. Yeah, we're just turn 3ing people like constantly. Yep. Boop. I'm 11. They are dead. All right. Now I don't really know what they're up to per se, but showed us a little bit of blue there. So I'm assuming some sort of form of like domain stuff, but they didn't have a white source with it. So I'm wondering if there's like leyline bindings and stuff. Really unsure. I think I'll just board in the Veil of Summers. Save some Abundant Harvest. And I guess just the Abundant Harvest, keeping the Veils. In case they have counter magic or discard. Yeah, this deck is sweet. Like, this is like, again, like, we don't have any Underworld Breach in here, so we're just like completely off it. Again, I'm not, I don't know which way to go with stuff, but I'm trying like to show off a bunch of different paths today with these 3 lists. So we had like Niv Magus that had like a little bit of a breach in there. Is just more like extra for value. Here we're just all in on like tutors. No Niv Magus stuff. Could definitely maybe see like some stuff to tutor for with it. Like I think Eladamri's Call's very powerful, basically demonic tutor. And then after this, in the next league, going to be doing some all-in breaching with Rotpriest. Oh, so you mentioned McClellan's. Oh, sorry. Lovesick Beast, Rosethorn, and Curious Pair. Make mana, dude, or food. Okay, so the mana one. The mana one's interesting. Like, I think unfortunately that one's just. I'd almost rather just have the second, like going up on Wild Cantors. But no, I appreciate the Scryfall search there. Really appreciate it. But yeah, take care, Lee. Yep. If I replace more Strike It Rich, could you? Probably not. I don't think this list would be reliable for like getting Delirium. Like also then it'd be like, cool, I have to play my Cantor, sack it, then to traverse, so you're already then like 2 for 1ing yourself. So then, like that type of like thing, I don't really want to have to 2 for 1 myself like by default. Like definitely not a bad this hand sucks. That question, but yeah. Don't want 6 lands. They mold to 5? I mean, I think I just keep this. They're on 5, and like we can go a little bit longer in this build. Yeah, that's definitely like I'm definitely on the Striker Rich. Like I like being able to bank mana. Like it's pretty sweet. Like it kind of reminds me a lot of the playing out your like Lotus Petals, LEDs, and Legacy to protect them from stuff. But on a like play to the board to get mana kind of going versus rituals. Just been really effective in here and in Gruul Storm as well. Okay, what's this? Okay. What is the opponent doing? I mean, I'll just play this tapped. Like, it might have been okay to multi 5, but I'm always like worried because of like we need so many mana sources. Start up, and I thought that this was okay. Like, I'm glad that we had this Grapeshot. Drawing this Ground Rift was surprisingly good. Not sure what else we want to be doing though. Okay, Temple Garden. What is this? Okay. What are you getting? Okay, Cauldron complete. Cool. Pithing Needle? Sure. Wooded Foothills. Okay. Not snipe. Confirmed, not sniping. Alright. Good cards? Morphos. Huh. This is kind of a tough spot, because if I kill the birds, I can do so with Stoneforge. They have 2 cards in hand, one of which is Cauldron complete. If I kill the birds, they only have green and white mana. I still have, like, multiple turns. I can dig that. Yeah, I think I'm just going to... I don't really... I could kill the Stoneforge, but I think I'm going to put myself on a 4-turn clock. Next turn, I will take 4. So this way, I'm just going to let him hit me for 5. Sure. Then I get 1 extra turn. So, yeah, because I can take 10 from that. Yeah. This is fine. Good card? Alright. Undo. Is it worth it to Abundant Harvest now? Because if I Abundant Harvest now, yeah, I need to harvest now. On land. That was good. Play Misty. So yeah, I guess. Yep. Your turn, opponent. We might be able to win this next turn. Depends what they do. Oh, pressure's on. Sure. I'll take it. This is fine. Can we do... if you need, it's under the current deck. Also, on the screen itself, there is the Stream Decker extension. You can check there. I do have everything on my Stream Deck, but yeah, exclamation point current deck is best way to find it. Sure. I'm at 8. That's fine. I'll go to 5. Give me Rotpriest. My turn. They have no cards in hand, so important thing to note there. So, all right, this is sweet. Utopia Sprawl here. Green. Pact. Green. Priest. Priest. Good thing we have exactly 5 life, right? For maximum fun. Yeah, they have nothing going on. Yeah, if they had cards in hand, I wouldn't be stunting around like this. We have them very dead. Same targets. Got him. that was cool. All right, we're 3-1. Do we have? Let's get this. Get this 4-1. I believe we can. We 3-2'd the last league, and I've been definitely making a few definitely some misclicks on a lot of these, but they've been close matches. So what I'm trying to say mostly on that is it speaks to the power of the deck. with what we're doing. So being able to find some sort of all-in combo here. Yeah, these are just like all over the place. Like our last opponent is also a fan of the Rotpriest. Yeah, I think it's definitely a lot have been playing with it. Oh, pretty. We believe in the 4-1. We have the technology. I do love how Eladamri's call. I think it's won us 2 matches so far. Oh, thanks, Wyatt. Appreciate it. Yeah, no, I'm glad you're all enjoying it. Like, I was lucky. Like last night, I found 4 copies of Rotpriest, and I was like, okay, this is probably way more expensive than it should be, but worth for the stream. Sneep. Yeah, I was like, okay, snap, get these, play a league, and it was just like, okay, even with my like, I won't show the list with it. Like, I don't still have it, but like, the very original one was like real bad. It was still kind of okay. There's a lot here. Like, kind of then was able to get these 3. All right, that is a card. All right, green, yes. Utopia Sprawl here. Like a green, I guess, right? Yeah, we can just make green. Your turn, opponent. Oh, 61? Oh, that would be the sweet 61 special. that would be the ultimate meme. Yeah. All right. Ice my thing. Sure. Okay. Very unfortunate for me. I have a wealth of Rotpriest, so I might as well be just chilling here with this. So if they want to cascade, they can't kill my Rotpriest, really. Are we doing the cascade? Oh, that's main deck Magus of the Moon in these decks? Is this real? Wow, I'm just get wrecked. No, never mind. We have an out. We have an out. We have an out. What is main deck Magus doing in there? Huh. Well, we still have a way to beat that. And bloated up juice. Did you hit something bad? Wow. Oh, and perfect. Okay. Like you do. Wow. Okay. Like, I guess the main deck Magus is for all of the like amulet decks and stuff. Okay. If we can draw Morphose into something good, I think we have a shot here. Yeah, if we can draw Morphose into land. Morphose into land. Yeah, we're dead. Yeah, we drew, like, because if we drew a Morphose here, we could Morphose and then have a land, have 3 mana total, use Summoner's Pact, go grab Wild Cantor, play it. So then it'd be Storm 1, 2, 3. And then 4th spell would be Rotpriest. 5th spell would be Grapeshot, and we can double up. Or do we have the ability right now? No, I don't, because I don't have a 0 yet. All right, we die to main deck Magus of the Moon. Yeah, since I was gonna Eladamri's call that turn, this is like reason not to Utopia Sprawl. Like, I hope they leave those in for game like 2 and 3. Cool. That was fun. These cards are coming in. See if we can 4-1 this. I know to fetch the basic when I can. Good to note. I think I'll shave a Spellskite. Maybe keep an Abundant Harvest. Yeah. We do have Slaughter Pact. Yeah, I'll just do this. Silence is real good because it stops their Cascade. And they're like all in. So they're going to have Furies as well. So one thing that's kind of cool is that I know not to play out Rotpriest early because they're very red heavy. So they'll have a full set of those. So very important to remember, I think. Like, and obviously I can't be 100% sure, but I'd be willing to bet that those are there. They probably also have Graveyard Hate. Or actually, maybe just 2 Silence. They did get us with the Magus, so they'd be might be inclined to keep it. Yeah, oh, too late. Go to the first, yes. Alright, keep. We also almost were able to win that game off of them having Gemstone on 1, too. That's cool. We are 1 with the quickness. They don't have it this game. Yeah. Not gonna let them do it again. Alright, grab my forest. Sprawl. I'll name white. Your turn. This way I can Eladamri's call. I also don't really care if they whatchamacallit, ice it. Ooh, that's a good card. Wait. What can I do? Yes, I will pay life. Turn 2, what can they have? They could have Fury. Actually, yeah, let me tap here. Utopia Sprawl here. Make green. They can do the thing again next turn, that's fine. Spellskite. Chip turn. So basically I'm just trying to play around Fury so they can't just like randomly LOL me with it. Ooh, you're gonna ice me on my turn? That's fine. Your turn, opponent. The Rotpriest or Spellskite. Yes, Rotpriest. Right. Oh, I should have done that main phase. So if I main phase get another Spellskite, then I can start bouncing stuff around next turn. Yeah, that might have been a slight punt. I can bounce them back and forth. But no, this is fine. I'll take Rotpriest. Your turn, opponent. Might just be able to win. Of course. You have the Magus. Wow. Yep. Am I going to lose to this twice in a row? That is so tilting. Yep. We're just going to die. We got this Spellskite. Wow. Yeah. Oh, no, never mind. We're not going to lose to that. But yeah. That hurt a lot. Glad I had the foresight, though, to get the basic here. So if I would have double sprawled up on here, that probably would have been the smart play. All right. Cascade? Sure. All right. Ground Drift. Okay. Abundant Harvest on land. Mutagenic, that's fair. Alright, I could have probably done that better, because I could also, yeah. What could I have done? No, I'm one spell short, so yeah, we'll be able to maybe do something. I do have a Summoner's Pact for... They're going to 10 me? Or 13 me? You're more than welcome to try to 13 me. I mean, I'll take 10. No blocks. Sure. I take 13. Accept. I should have blocked the Spellskite, I guess. Alright. Alright. We're at 4. Top deck, Ground Rift, or Grapeshot? Mutagenic. That's not good. Yeah, I should have blocked here. So I wasn't thinking, because if I blocked here, I'd have 3 more life, be at 7, and I would win the game. Yeah, I'm 1 life short of winning the game. God, I'm so bad. Should have blocked. Yeah. How much for the 4-1? Actually, wait. Do I have a way to do this? Wait a second. Yeah, if I'd have had that 3 more life, we'd be at 7. I would then be able to Summoner's Pact for Rotpriest. Right? Is that how this works? Yeah, I could... No. Yeah, I could Summoner's Pact for Rotpriest, play both. Then Mutagenic, and 1 retarget. So, oh well. That sucks. Yeah, I lose. Oh well. You play like crap. Can't expect to win. Oh well, GG's opponent. So, another 3-2, all because I played badly. Toxic Couriers on combat damage. I could have swung and hope no box. Like, that's nonsensical. I was not going to do that. But yeah, so lost there. Unfortunate, but could have won there had I blocked. I should have blocked. I was, for some reason, I tunnel vision on the Spellskite, wanting it to be alive if they had a small, like, 2 damage thing. But I should have just snap blocked there. Then we would have won. But yeah. Oh no, I mean, still unacceptable levels of punting. But anyway, so that was cool. Definitely a good showcase here. Yeah, as we saw, like, even with silence. So okay. Oh, my clones. Oh, thanks so much for giving that tier 1 subs. So really appreciate that. Didn't have to. Oh, really appreciate it. But yeah, so 3-2 due to my ineptitude. But best part about what that means is that that means this deck's great. So definitely encourage trying that out. So we will get to our last league here, where I have dedicated breach list.